Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries, January 29, 2023. Today's energies are strong for tapping into talents that have been buried or ignored. However, you might feel the pinch today if you've been overshooting with daily activities, learning, or connecting. Watch for holding on too closely to opinions, but aim to tap into new ideas and put more faith in your long-term plans. Reputation matters or career goals can be complicated to see clearly at this time, and big decisions or promises may be best saved for a clearer time. Aim to open your eyes to needs you've been overlooking. Consider that you and others may not see capabilities clearly, so expectations can also be a little off. Avoid important new endeavors today, but enjoy yourself and stretch your mind. No other zodiac sign has radically evolved quite as far as you have since 2018. This vast evolution will happen this particular way just once in your lifetime, as Uranus, the Great Awakener, takes 84 years to circle the Sun. For those who will live quite that long, they'll still experience a far different cycle. For now, you've likely been embracing the most authentic and rebellious version of yourself, especially in regard to your personal and romantic life. Now is not a time to settle. It's a time to live like you are lightning. Do not let your frustration stall your professional journey. You need to keep moving forward despite having any doubts or receiving unsavory feedback when Mercury in Capricorn squares Chiron in Aries. The square may bring out some inner tension, especially if people are making unnecessary comments about your professional journey. Instead of reacting out of annoyance, use this square to channel your anger into something more productive. Given that the moon will become exalted in your sign, you can use these transits to buck up and take the lead with your next steps. While the moon is just 2 days away from your income sector and from its first visit since Mars' direct turn, a lot will change in that time. The moon will return to sharpen your nose for money and act as a trigger, for the first time since Mars' direct turn gave things the green light. However, between now and then, Mars' friendly aspect to the Sun in your career sector will expose more options and fuel your confidence on both fronts. There is a lot to be said for getting some exercise in before you get to work in the morning. Communication difficulties tend to fly by the wayside for those who jog before work, get in a pre-dawn workout, or even just walk to work. Take your body seriously and you will notice the effects in your personal and professional life. With today's cosmic climate, it's a good time to negotiate these kinds of commitments with yourself. You might find that spending time with your closest friend is what you most want to do on this day. The air will be filled with the essence of this day, bringing encouragement to your best relationships and closure to your worst. If things have been rather hard for you lately, taking some time with a friend whom you can really be yourself with might be just what you need to get back on your feet. Take good care of yourself today. Just 5 days after Uranus turned direct in Taurus, the moon returns for its second visit for the year. A lot of water has passed under the bridge since the moon was here 4 weeks ago, and while this is an ordinary chance to check in, it comes just as you are ready now to embrace the coming year. This will also be an advantage as Venus spends her first full day in a social and serendipitous part of your chart. Being able to trust your heart and gut will make it easier to find yourself in the right place at the right time. The moon's return to Taurus each month will always sharpen your instincts and your sixth sense, but the timing of its return today couldn't be better. The moon returns just as Venus, the planet of love, is spending her first full day in a social and serendipitous part of your chart, with trusting your heart and gut now more likely to put you in the right place at the right time. Our eyes in the sky. Mercury in Capricorn squares off with healing centaur Chiron, currently in Aries. This transit gives us a chance to understand and process the deep wounds that need to be healed within ourselves. Also, we might feel moved to check in on those people who aren't in a good emotional place and show that we care. Being there for others in their time of need is extremely important now. Action you take today may significantly annoy someone else in your workplace. Other people's moods are going to put a damper on you and your work, but this is no reason to slow down or change course. Continue on regardless of others. A tendency to push yourself forward creates an adverse impression with the people you meet. Even if it's not intentional, your attitude disrupts any potential for things to run smoothly. Try to restrain yourself. Otherwise, you're unlikely to impress anyone since your boastful manner makes you seem conceited and unapproachable. Full of positive energy, the composure you're able to show is obvious for all to see and indicates that your mind and body are in total harmony. Allow others to share in your positive outlook. Try to get them to join you in your regime for healthy sporting activity or exercise routines. You find you're a good motivator. Are you in need of money to invest in new projects? Then go ahead with your plans, because circumstances are favorable. Friends who give you advice are being honest with you for the most part. If you want to purchase something, you can do it now. You will make the right choice and won't be misled by sales staff. In the pre-dawn hours, Mercury in Capricorn squares off with Chiron in Aries, making communication a challenge. Today's events cause us to feel insecure or ignorant. Instead of backing off when we experience a conflict, we double down. Others fail to understand our logic and our worst fears become a self-fulfilling prophecy, that we may not know as much as we think. Ultimately, forcing ourselves to overcome misunderstandings or projections makes us better communicators. But it won't feel like it today. Not until we have some distance from our current dilemma will we be able to understand its significance. You're not making the headway you think you ought to be making. Feeling confined, you want to make some changes to your life. You need to put the new ideas and plans you have into action. Don't delay any longer. If you share your thoughts and ideas with those closest to you, you're able to rely on their steadfast support for the future. You may find yourself rushing from one place to another. People demand your attention and want to involve you in their conversations. The sound advice you can contribute, provide the necessary impetus required to implement new schemes or ideas that result. Take some well-deserved leisure time for yourself. After sunup, Mercury opposes Pallas, the goddess asteroid of sacred wisdom, in Cancer. This aspect is a frustrating complement to the Mercury-Chiron square. We feel inept and unable to visualize a path forward in our predicament. It appears there are too many hurdles to overcome to anticipate any kind of victory. However, because Pallas is currently retrograde, we are encouraged to reconsider our plans without stressing over their future implementation. Back up and get perspective. The more you push your point, the less headway you are going to make. Consider a holistic approach to this issue. Perhaps you should be listening and empathizing more than speaking.